Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Total War Warhammer 2 battle report. Today we're looking at not just any old battle report. We are looking at the greatest game of Warhammer 2 multiplayer ever played. And you won't be able to see it, but this guy the whole time was like writing this epic battle speech in the chat. So today we're looking at an actual match between me playing as the Empire and my opponent also playing as the Empire. So my build was I brought Volkmar the Grim on a War Shrine of Sigmar. Brought with me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Great Swords, good units. 3 units of Handgunners. And then because apparently my meta is still stuck in Total War Warhammer 1, unit of Royal Altdorf Griffites and Demigriff Knights. Oh, my opponent's side. He has brought with him his general, a general of the Empire on cavalry. 2 units of Knights of the Blazing Sun, which are awesome looking units. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Empire Knights. And 2 units of Demigriff Knights. Now, you probably have noticed, there's not a single foot-slogging troop in his whole army. I like battles like this, where the person's very clearly going in there with intent just to have fun. And I had a whole lot of fun in this battle. It may not have been like the most like, oh man, who's going to win strategically kind of battle, but it was fun. Yeah, the guy had his general going back and forth in the beginning, doing his speech. Sadly, you can't, you won't be able to see it. So I'm just going to fast forward it a bit. There we go. So he begins, I can fast forward it even more. So here we go. First, you can see my handgunners are opening up some opening volleys. This is going to cause a lot of damage on his Knights of the Blazing Sun. And honestly, if he really wanted the win, which I'm not sure he did, he should have sent in his Empire Knights first and have the Knights of the Blazing Sun come after. Because, yeah, they just got absolutely slaughtered. Though I do not manage to pull back my handgunners quite in time, but the handgunners unintentionally take a lot of the damage for the Great Swords. However, in come the rest of the Empire Knights, and they're going to cause a lot of damage to the Great Swords they hit. And then goes Volkmar. We're over here, my Demigriff Knights do engage his Demigriff Knights and these Empire Knights. However, I have a unit of Great Swords able to influence this battle. And also, my Demigriff Knights, and so do his, have halberds. I don't know if his other one does. His other one does not. As you can see, my handgunners do not last very long. Volkmar the Grim, however, has a decent ability. Grand Soulfire, so he can cast down and cast some damage. And he's just very good at buffing the units around him. So as you can see, I am just really trying to use all Volkmar's ability because I do not want my line to fall. Because the longer I can keep his knights locked in combat, the more time I have to get my demigriffs out of combat. And because the demigriffs with halberds are going to be the units that really change the tide of this battle. And here he leaves I leave my Great Swords in combat with his Demigriff Knights, who are not going to last a whole lot more longer. And in come the Demigriff Knights charging some of these Empire Knights. And they're going to deal a massive amount of damage and get them to start to rout. Over here you can see that my Great Swords are really, really trying very hard, but they just can't deal with being outnumbered by cavalry. However, we do manage to take care of this unit of Knights of the Blazing Sun, and Volkmar is now free to influence battle, and he does charge Volkmar, which is actually fine, because I didn't know why Volkmar was going up there, because I wanted him to attack here. In come the Great Swords, and he does begin pulling out his General of the Empire. Demigriff Knights also enter the fight here. However, he has a bunch of Empire Knight units that just managed to stay back, because they were chasing down some of my routing units. So here they come. I think this is a pretty good representation of this battle right here. We got the Knights of the Blazing Sun. Here we go. Fun battle, fun battle. Oh, and the screenshot thing covers. Yeah, I've noticed that in pretty much every game that you take screenshots or get Steam notification, always goes over something. Pretty sure there's a way to disable like the pop-up, but I don't care enough to actually do it. Empire Knights are charging in on those Great Swords. Man, I said knights far too much in this episode. However, Great Swords are coming through. They did only get 14 kills, but they were fighting Demigryph Knights. So that's very valuable, 14 kills. Because the unit of regular Demigryph Knights is 1,500 points, I think. Great Swords are still dealing damage against these Empire Knights. The Empire Knights without a charge are nothing compared to the Great Swords. In fact, the Great Swords have armor piercing. They're also... They have bonus versus infantry. Obviously, those aren't infantry. But also having 95... Although they had 100 armor. 95 armor is nothing to scoff at, especially because shock cavalry is not very good in just regular melee. And here you can see generally Empire and Volkmar are dueling, and very surprisingly, I guess... Well, I guess not too surprisingly, Volkmar is actually losing that combat. So I'm pretty much just using the rest of my units to chase him around. Demigryph Knights go in, chasing this almost completely full unit of Demigryph Knights. Oh, we have a little duel going on here. However, these Demigryph Knights do have lances and not halberds. So that's going to severely weaken them against my Demigryph Knights. These Great Swords, these Empire Knights, they dealt so much damage during the battle. I mean, I guess they really didn't deal a lot, but it looked cool at least. Here you can see we have his General of the Empire completely surrounded, and they lose. So, fun battle, I have to say. I really want to show you guys this because I thought I had a lot of fun doing this one. So just to show you some unit stats, my handgunners didn't get too many kills, mostly because they all died. I mean, they did kill some of the Knights of the Sun, but I would definitely say they did not. You know what? They didn't make their money back in kills, but I think they did unintentionally screen a lot of the charges into the Great Swords. Demigryph Knights did very good for how many units they were up against. And one of his that Demigryph Knight was chasing down handgunners and Great Swords, so I guess it did decent. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the battle because I know I did. And remember to like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace!